Hey, what's up? It's Mark. It's been a while since I did a pedal review, so I wanted to go through one of the new pedals I picked up, which is the Acapulco Gold from Earthquaker Devices. This is their power amp distortion pedal that's based off of a crank Sunn Model T amp. It's so dead simple to use. There's one knob, that's all there is to it. It's really refreshing to see. It seems like lately there's been like a battle with pedal builders to put on more and more knobs on a pedal and just make things more and more complicated. Their whole goal with this is make it simple so you can just shut your mouth and start playing, which I probably should because I tend to yap a lot about these pedals. But I picked this up a couple weeks ago. I've been checking it out, running it through a couple different amps. I really like it. It kind of sounds like a mix between a fuzz and a drive. It has that smooth creaminess and sustain of a fuzz, but also has a lot of like gnarliness from like an overdrive, and it kind of sits like right in the middle. So it's definitely a unique pedal. It doesn't sound like anything else I have on my board, but yeah, it's well made, simple to use, sounds great, and cheap. It's I think it's $117, $120ish at like Sweetwater and all those places online. Which for a handmade boutique pedal is ridiculously cheap. It's kind of in the same line if you're just gonna buy like a tube screamer from Ibanez. It's almost the same price range, and pretty much everybody at this point probably has a tube screamer or a tube screamer clone. So I'm gonna run it through a couple guitars, see what sounds best. I'll use single coils, probably a humbucker, and then just go from there. So check it out.
Okay, the first guitar I'm using is a Fender Baja Tele with the custom shop pickups in it. It's running through an Ignator Tweaker 15 head set clean. Here it is on the neck pickup. Here's the bridge. So, nice and clean. I have the volume and tone set to 10, so nothing there. Everything's just wide open. So let's kick on the Acapulco Gold. Up to about halfway. nasty for being a single coil Telecaster. Now I'm gonna go up about 3/4 way, 3 o'clock. Which is basically the God help yourself setting. So this thing gets nasty quick. Me personally, I don't think I'd ever really have a need for anything other than sets right here. Okay, next I'm going to grab a guitar with humbuckers and see how that sounds. Okay, I just grabbed a Paul Reed Smith Custom 22 with the stock pickups. Here it is at about 9 o'clock. pretty damn nice sounding if you keep it a little bit under control. It kind of sounds like a cross between, a nice drive pedal and a fuzz. It's kind of like that in between. You get the sustain and some of the creaminess from a fuzz, but you still have like that kind of angry drive thing going on as well. Let me turn it up a little bit more to halfway. And again, this is with humbuckers. It's really loud in here. Here's at 3 o'clock. But this thing makes me just want to play power chords. And here it is all the way, and God help us. About to blow up from this thing. So it's all the way on 10. It's cranked as hell. This thing doesn't clean up the best, but if you put it on about 1, which I have right now, actually about a half. Pretty much 0 to 100 with this thing real quick. One thing to point out, since there's only one knob on this pedal, and it's one of these giant, it almost reminds me of the filter knob off a Moog, like a Moog Fatty or a Mini Moog, but this just has a really, really nice feel, those old school knobs. The only problem with it is if you're going to be, keeping this on your pedal board, I would be careful, because if you just barely tap this thing, it'll move. And, if you're jumping around kicking this thing on and you accidentally crank it, it's going to get loud real quick. But, I don't know. If you guys have any questions, if you want to hear anything else, just let me know. I can maybe do a follow-up video. There's not really much to this pedal whatsoever besides the one knob. It's just pretty much like how nasty you want it. Like I said, I keep it around 9 o'clock. You get up past halfway and it's just kind of ridiculous. I'm sure, like my buddy Valentine's probably going to be a huge fan of this pedal, but for me, 9 o'clock, maybe 10 o'clock if I'm feeling a little crazy. But that's pretty much it. But the thing sounds amazing. For doing what it does it great. don't expect it to cover a very, very wide range of tones, but it's definitely unique. It's not a fuzz, it's not a drive, it's right in between there, and I think that's why I like it a lot. Has really nice sustains, really smooth, and it's cheap. I think this is about like 130 bucks. I'll have to double check, but for, you know, being a handmade boutique pedal, that's extremely affordable in my mind. It's built like a tank. Like I said, the only not really worry, but just something to keep an eye out for is that knob and how easy it is to move it. But it is one of the greatest feeling knobs on a pedal ever. With that said, I'm going to stop talking and hope you guys like the video.